Tashidele. We are in Nepal. Nepal is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It's a hidden gem between Tibet and India, and is famously known for the tallest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu city. It's densely populated and is surrounded by beautiful hills. Here, we're just passing by Tamil, a tourist neighborhood in the morning, on our way to Swayambu temple, also known as the Monkey Temple. It's just on the outskirts of the valley. Once you get to the temple, you do have to climb a steep hill, and you can see a lot of monkeys on your way to the top. The monkeys are pretty tame, and you can feed them snacks. Once you're on the top, you can see some beautiful Tibetan Buddhist artifacts. Lighting butter lamps in such holy places is a common Tibetan Buddhist practice. It entails with prayer for happiness for all the sentient beings in the world. From the top of the temple, you can get an amazing view of the entire Kathmandu Valley. At the base on the other side, there are 3 statues. These statues are of 4-armed Chenresi, Sakyamuni Buddha, and Guru Rinpoche.
Chamba, say hi to my vlog.
What's up, guys?
Another famous place in Kathmandu is the Bouddhanath. The stupa is believed to be built around 600 AD and regarded as one of the holiest pilgrimage sites for Buddhists. It was listed in the UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. One of the best times to visit Bodha is early in the morning. You can start your day by circumambulating the stupa 3 times. You can feed the hundreds of pigeons that live around the stupa. You'll smell the strongest Tibetan incense that you ever have. And under the gaze of giant white stupa, you will really feel the presence of heavenly being. Every Tibetan who visits Kathmandu visits Bodha. For us, we believe that any prayer that we make here comes true, in one life or another.
Yeah, boy! Yeah!
Outside of the cities, Nepal has about 481 villages. Ghachok is one of them. It is located 15 kilometers north of Pokhara, tucked at the base of Fishtail Mountain and Annapurna Mountain, one of the most gorgeous mountains in the world. A typical Nepali village house is built with a vernacular architecture style, and most of the materials are locally sourced. The water that is used is spring water that comes from the ground. There are a bunch of domesticated animals like dogs, buffaloes, and chickens. The buffalo milk is used to make the majority of the dairy products in Nepal.
The chickens just laid these eggs a few days ago, and we're having it for breakfast.
She had the calf recently, like a few months ago. More buffaloes for rice. This is for food for the buffaloes that we have. And come around here, we got some oranges. It's growing. The oranges are really sour here in the States. They're not very sweet.
There are obviously no grocery shops in villages, so whatever is served at the dinner table is organically grown at home. Other than food, marigold is a popular flower that is grown around this area. It is used in different events to make garlands, used for prayers, and many more. As we strolled around the village, we ended up in the fields. Agriculture is the main resource for the villagers in Ghachok. At the edge of the village, there is a crater, which is very typical in Nepal due to collision of tectonic plates millions of years ago. And on the other side, there are 2 other villages called Urjunkola and Khatarjung. You'll also see a lot of rest stops with 2 trees. These are built for people passing by. The villagers of Ghachok go to these forests in the morning to collect firewoods and grass and use the rest stop on their way back. They had recently harvested the crops when we were there. They typically grow rice in these areas, and they were at the end of the process of separating rice grain from the plant. The plant part is used for food for the cattle, and the rice grains are further processed and eventually husked to be consumed. Here they are winnowing the rice grains, which is a process of creating wind to filter any lighter than the grain impurities. Villages like Ghachok used to be inaccessible just a decade ago due to its remote position. Nowadays, they have built these beautiful pitch roads which not just shorten the travel time but gives ways for tourism. On our stay, we also visited a local hot spring there. As we kept going towards the mountain, the pitched road ended, and in a Vespa we did an off-road adventure and arrived at the location.
From 1%. Oh yeah.
Okay, this is one of the smallest hot springs I've ever seen, but this is a hot spring up in the mountain of Nepal. You can see the bubbles coming out. But on the side is the water that comes from Himalaya.
Nepal is a developing nation, and sometimes it can get a bit chaotic. But nothing can beat the natural beauty and the genuine people who live here. Our stay in Nepal was very brief, but we did so many things when we were here. From visiting densely populated Kathmandu to staying in a village, trying different types of domestic cuisines, flying one of the shortest flights from Kathmandu to Pokhara and bumpiest bus ride back. If I had to say what the essence of Nepal is, it is the peace that is manifested from the untapped beauty of nature and the love and harmony between the Nepalese people. This is Tashi. See you in the next one.